വർഷമുണ്ട് silent ഉണ്ട്. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
sir. Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Good afternoon.
So, enjoyed yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay then. So in previous class in physics, we were dealing about this normal friction, normal force, angle of friction, those types, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we'll do some problems in the same friction itself and an extension of it. And that's it.
Okay.
So just to be clarified, we have what is the formula for friction?
So static friction.
Yeah, means if at all friction, you have to tell the both formulas. So first for static friction, next for kinetic friction.
Okay. Static is mu into normal force, right? And friction force is the same, right? But Fx max.
Yeah, here static friction is the F max. That is the maximum friction
Yeah.
it can get. This is same thing mu k we will call, but
Yeah.
both mu s and mu k are the same itself.
Same.
Okay. What is this mu over here?
The coefficient
The coefficient
of
of friction. Mu
Yeah.
depends upon what? If you
The
change
angle.
some value, what this changes?
I don't know.
So as I told before, this mu is the coefficient
Is it
of
the roughness or smoothness of a
yeah,
surface?
it is the roughness of means it depends upon the surface. That's it.
Okay.
It only depends upon the surface. If surface changes, then only the mu changes. Otherwise, the mu is same all over the surface. Okay. No. This one. And you know the difference between the mass and the weight, right? But
Yeah.
in general, in most of the cases, 99%, they will give mass of the bodies itself. They won't give weight.
Okay.
But we have to see whether they are giving weight or mass, because according to that, we have to write. Okay.
Okay.
The formulas will change. So here the mass of block 10 kg. So now here we are applying some force F over here in such a way that at an angle of 37 degree. Okay. The mu, that is the coefficient of friction. Let's suppose you are taking as 0.3. Now, what should be the minimum force required such that the body tends to move? That is the question.
Okay. Also, what do we take G as 9.8 or 10?
Okay. Most of the we will take it as 10 itself for simple calculations. 10. If they didn't mention, just take the G as 10. If they are asking to take G as 9.8, we have to take this 9.8 because in the question it will be provided. You have to take G as 9.8. If they didn't provide any value for G, just take it as 10.
Okay.
Otherwise, depending upon the calculations, you can take 10 or 9.8, because if in some cases, there may be some calculations that you will get some 9.8, like this.
Right.
Like 9,800 divided by G. Then the answers may be 98, or if they are giving like this as 98 or 100. so like 980 or 1000, then you have to proceed taking the G as 9.8.
Okay.
Okay. But most of the
So is
cases
it 30 Newton?
it's 30 Newton. Okay. Tell me how you did.
The normal force will be mass into
So first we will
the
take this one, that is
acceleration with
mg
gravity.
itself,
Yeah.
that is 100 Newton.
So 10, yeah, 100 Newton.
The
And
same thing as a normal.
mu is 0.3. Yeah. So
From here we got
Fs,
n as, okay, tell me, Fs.
yeah. So Fs is equal to mu into normal force. So 0.3 into 100.
0.3 into 100. So this comes as 30 Newton. What is this?
Right.
This is the static friction.
Right.
So means if, okay, now we know that static friction is this much. Fs max, or we can tell Fs max
Yeah.
equals to 30 Newton.
Hmm.
So if I apply a force of 30 Newton over here, will the
The
body,
body tends to move.
the body tends to move.
Right.
Okay. Let's see this. Apply 30 Newton over here. Let's see whether it will move or not. So when it will move, when the force which is opposite to this frictional force is equal or greater, right?
When the so when it's lesser, right?
When it's lesser, it won't move. I am asking about
So
F
when
applied.
yeah, when it's greater, it'll move.
When it's greater, then only it will move. Otherwise, it will stay or it will tend to move, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, now apply this F applied as 30 Newton and calculate. This is in x-axis, right?
Right.
So take the x component. Always, as I told before, you have to take only in x component and y component. You should not combine both.
Okay.
Okay. Now calculate the x component for the applied force that you did. X
So is it
component for the applied force. So
yeah, is it 3 by 1 second?
So what?
Into the
This is adjacent, right? It is just to this.
right.
So you will get F cos 37 directly, correct?
Yeah.
So
So that's
directly we have to
3
proceed
by
because it is, since it is adjacent, F cos 37 directly. So
okay.
F, what is cos 37?
3 by 5.
Cos 37 is 3 by 5.
5.
Okay,
So
we will
18.
calculate 5, 6 are 18. So now what is in this direction force? What is the force now? 18 Newton, right?
Right.
The body is not tending to move. The body is not
Okay.
moving at all.
Yeah, right.
What mistake you did is you have taken directly the applied force F is equals to F maximum. But here you have to take the components. What is in x-axis? Fs. What is the
Right.
x component of this F? F cos 37.
Oh,
Right?
18 Newton. Okay.
F cos 37 should be equals to Fs max, not F equals to Fs max.
Okay.
Because the force which is applied along the direction of friction, you have to take, right? You should not take
Right.
which is in the plane. You have to take only whether it is in x-axis or only in y-axis. Since Fs is in x-axis, you have to take the force which is only in x-axis. Okay.
Okay.
So now what is the applied force which is in x-axis? That comes as Fs cos 37,
18.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's not 18. We don't know that F is 30. We have to calculate.
Okay.
So it is F into 3 by 5 equals to 30, correct?
Yeah.
Now we will calculate F from here. So if you
So
calculate, it
15
comes as 15 Newton. So this is the
15.
minimum force required, not 30 Newton.
Okay.
Because the force is inclined upwards. It is not exactly opposite. Okay.
Hmm.
That's why you
Okay,
have
sir.
to take this. Okay. Now, so understood this one, right?
Yeah.
Now, just one mistake what we did over here. So for any question, you have to do first divide them into components in x and y axis. That is the first step we have to do. Okay.
Okay.
So the same previous question. Just I am letting you what the mistake that we did. Same 10 kg, same frictional force, same mu 0.3. Okay.
Okay.
So first, as I told before, you have to divide it into components, right?
Yeah.
Let us suppose this force is 40 Newton. Okay.
Okay.
Then they're asking what is the friction force? That's it. The inclination is same 37 degree. What is that F? You have to calculate F. As we know, if it is moving, we have to take it as a constant value. If it is not
Hmm.
moving, it is equal to the applied force along the x-axis, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, first we have to divide the given force into two components.
Right.
So divide them.
Um, yeah, so 24.
What is 24? This side is 24, right?
Yeah, X component, right.
X component 24. What is Y component?
Uh, 32, sir. 32 Newton.
32 Newton. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is downwards mg normal force, correct?
Yeah.
Mg is 100 Newton, right?
Yeah.
Now, so the first step is dividing into components. That we did. Okay.
Hmm.
Now the second step is we have to find what is Fs max, because depending upon this only we can tell whether the body is moving or not. First we will calculate Fs max. For this we have to know what is the n, right?
Right.
So here what is the n?
100 Newton.
N is not 100 Newton. N is the normal
So,
force, right?
yeah.
Normal force means it is along y-axis, right?
Right.
So first is it moving in y direction? No.
Can you just give me 1 minute? It's raining. Just 1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Sorry.
Now write the equation of equilibrium for y-axis. So in y-axis, what are the forces are there? What are the forces in y-axis? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, so I can hear you.
So in the previous question, is the body moving in y direction?
No,
No, means it is in equilibrium at right
right.
y direction. So this is the normal force we got. This is the F as 40 Newton, X component 24 Newton, Y component 32 Newton. Here we got Fs. So now write the equation along y-axis. The components, what are the forces there are?
Okay. So 24 Newton.
That's in x-axis. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, along y-axis.
Along y-axis.
Oh, okay. So that's N and 32 N.
32 Newton.
Basically, oh, so yeah,
Yeah.
32 Newton. So normal force plus 32 Newton minus mg should be equal to 0, right?
Yeah. Normal force plus 32 Newton minus mg should be equal to 0.
Yeah,
Correct?
0.
Now from this you have to calculate the Newton, normal force.
Oh, okay.
Because the total forces, this is the net force you have to take. Okay.
Okay.
So then you will get n plus 32 minus 100. Right? 100 equals to 0. You will get the answer n as 100 minus 32, which is equals to
Yeah, 68 Newton.
68. So n is 68 Newton, not 100 Newton. See here. Because the external component is adding to the normal component. Okay.
Right. Okay.
That's why this normal force decreased to compensate with this mg. Okay.
Okay.
You should not directly tell. You have to see, are there any other forces along with this n? Then you have to calculate those forces. Then you have to equate. So now we got n as 68.
68 Newton.
Now we will calculate what is the maximum friction. Mu n, which is 0.3 into, what is the normal force right now? 68.
68.
Yeah.
So that's 20.4.
20.4. This is the 20.4. This is the Fs max, correct?
Right.
So here we have to, now what is the, now we will compare. Applied force along x-axis is 24.
Yeah.
Because you have, as I
Minus
told before,
Fs max.
yeah, this is Fs max, right?
Yeah.
Now they are asking what is the frictional force, that is this one itself. What is this F will be? So now the body is in motion or it is stationary?
It's stationary, right? So.
Why
Oh no,
stationary?
it's moving. It's moving.
Because
it's
24
24.
Newton, applied
Yeah.
Newton is more when compared to the maximum, right? That's why it is
Yeah.
moving. When it is moving, friction force is equal to static friction, right? Is equal to kinetic friction, which is equals to Fs max, correct?
Right.
If it's stationary, whatever the applied force, the same will be the frictional force. Since it is moving, it is the maximum friction that it can get. Okay.
Okay.
No, with this, no. Just one a concept clearance in this. Let us suppose a person is sleeping over here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have brother? Okay. Here, the weight of this person, the mass. mass of the person is 20 kg. Okay.
Okay.
Now in first, here that mu, let us suppose mu is 0.5. So in first case, you are pulling. Okay.
Okay.
The force of pull at an angle of 37 degree. Okay.
Okay.
Same thing, the same person of the same mass, the same mu is the same surface. Now here you are pushing him. Okay.
Okay.
In which case you require the less amount of force?
Sir,
Here
is it
also
the same angle?
Yeah, the same angle itself, 37 degree. In which
Sir,
case
is
you
it
require
pulling?
less effort.
Is it pulling?
Yeah, it is pulling. Why? Because we studied that pulling takes less effort than pushing. But why? What is the reason?
Is it because there's like more work done on like you for like taking the body, like pulling the body?
Then now here we are talking about forces, not work done.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to like justify it.
Okay. Now whatever we did for the previous question, apply that concept over here. Calculate what is the maximum friction force required in the first case. Okay.
Okay.
Same thing, calculate the maximum friction force required in the second case. Let's see. Depending upon this, we can tell, right? How much force we have to
Right.
apply. So for in first case, let's calculate. So as I told before, for calculation, divide the given forces into components along x-axis and y-axis. Then only you have to proceed for solving. That is the
Right.
first and main important step. Not in this question, for any question. Because we have physics, we are studying physics in linear dimensions, means only in one axis at a time, not in planar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now calculate for the first. For calculating Fs, we need to know the normal force. Right. So now,
Yeah.
okay, first divide this into components. Okay. F pull. Take it as F1. Just for this, take it as F2.
Okay. So is it 3/5 F1, the x component?
Okay, 3/5 F1. We are dealing with normal things, right?
Right.
So no need of taking x component. Normal is in x-axis. It is. You can write it also. This is mg. What is the weight? 200. Okay.
Okay.
So normal force will be there. What is the component along y-axis?
4/5, right?
Yeah, 4/5
F1.
Now if you calculate what is this mu, that is Fs max is equals to
mu into n.
So yeah, first calculate the n from here. I'll just write the equation, then we can calculate.
So n is 4/5 F1 plus 200.
Why plus
So I have to take
200?
LCM. Yeah.
Why plus 200?
Because it'll be negative, right? No, so it'll be negative.
Okay,
When
first
it's
write like this.
equilibrium. When you, okay.
It's in equilibrium, so downward force, mg force.
Right. Yeah.
Always
That'll be
remember
negative.
one thing, if it is not moving, always the downward force is more. Okay.
Okay.
So mg minus of n plus 4 by 5 f1. The same thing what you have written, I just written in different form. That's it.
Okay.
Should be equal to 0. Correct?
Correct.
Now if you do calculate, you will get n as mg minus 4 by 5 f1. Alright?
So, but how are you getting -4 by 5? Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Okay, otherwise I will write in different form.
No. I got it. I got it. Yeah.
So it is n plus 4 by 5 f1 minus mg equals to 0.
Yeah.
So n equals to mg minus 4 by 5 f1. Correct?
Yeah.
So here I have 0.5. So as it doesn't matter. mg, take mg because it is constant, minus 4 by 5 f1. Okay. This is the fs max. Now calculate fs max for second one.
Uh, so this.
So along the components, first tell me in which direction you will keep that components.
In which direction?
Yeah, it is like this, right? This is the force.
Right.
So one is in right side, correct?
Yeah, and the one is perpendicular.
So
Yeah.
perpendicular upwards or downwards?
Downwards.
Downwards. Okay. Now this is if the same thing will happen for this also.
Yeah.
Here we got 4 by 5 f2, correct? Downwards.
Yeah.
Same thing we have mg n upwards. Now tell me the equation in y-axis.
In y-axis, it'll be n plus minus 4 by 5 f2 minus mg
Equals to 0.
is
So what
equal
is
to.
n over here? 4 by
So n
5
will be
mg
4 by
plus 4
5
by
f.
5 f2.
Yeah.
mg plus 4 by 5 f2.
By 5.
So we get fs max 2 as something 0.5 mg plus
Plus
4 by 5 f2. Right?
right.
Now just you have to compare. Let us suppose both forces F1 and F2 are equal. Which will be more? Fs max 1 or Fs max 2?
F is max 2, right? Will be
Fs
more.
max 2 will be more because here it is plus sign, here it is
Plus
minus sign.
negative.
Means it is
Yeah.
decreasing, right?
Right.
Decreasing means this is the less value. This is more frictional
Okay.
force, right?
Right.
So in pull, there is a less frictional force. Less frictional force means you have to apply less effort. That's it, to move it.
Okay.
So to understand the whole thing at once, so what is happening over here is when you are pulling, there is additionally one y component over here adding to the
Right.
normal component, right?
Right.
Means it is adding to the pull, means it is adding to the normal force. That's why you need less effort in x-axis. Okay.
Okay.
In push, it is opposing the normal force, right? It is adding to the gravitation, means it is adding more weight in the sense. If it's more weight, it requires more effort. Correct?
Yeah.
That's why the pull is easier when compared to the push. Okay. Because of the normal component of the applied force. Okay.
Okay.
Now after knowing this one all, just to have to study the friction on inclined plane. Okay.
Okay.
Next, you have this tension of a string and all. That is just simple. There is only one concept in the tension in the string that we will discuss while doing this friction problems itself.
Okay.
So now, first, angle of friction. Okay, you have to understand what is the angle of friction in a normal condition.
Okay.
Let's suppose this is the block. This is the net normal force. Okay. And friction force will be over here. This is the frictional force, right? Fs.
Right.
So this angle of friction is nothing but when you take the resultant of these two forces, normal force and frictional force, you will get somewhere like this, the resultant force, correct?
Right.
So the angle between resultant force and the normal force, it is called the angle of friction. Okay.
Okay.
The angle between the resultant force of friction and normal to normal. This is called the angle of friction. Okay. It's not with the friction, it is with the normal. Okay.
Normal force. Okay.
Always with the normal. This is the angle of friction. As we know, same thing. When you just calculate, you will get the same thing. That mu is equals to tan theta. You will get from this here also. Okay.
Okay.
Mu is the coefficient of friction, that which is equals to tan theta. Okay. This is the actual definition of the angle of friction. Next, we have when you are dealing with inclined planes, there we will getting angle of repose. You can take it angle of friction and angle of repose as the same thing, but angle of repose for an inclined planes. Let's suppose this and plane over here. So here are the three cases. Okay.
Okay.
Here the block is of the same mass, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Means you are just increasing the inclination of the angle. Okay.
Right. Okay.
In first case, the body is at rest. It is not moving. It is not sliding in the sense. Okay.
Okay.
It is not sliding. In the second case also, it's not sliding. But in the third case, it tends to slide. Okay.
Okay.
Means at particular angle of inclination, the body tends to move. Okay.
Okay.
That angle is called angle of repose.
Okay.
Angle of repose is nothing but the maximum angle where the body tends to slide. Okay.
Okay.
The minimum angle. The angle where the body tends to slide. It is taken as an angle of repose. It is represented by theta r, angle of repose. So directly you can write at theta itself, no problem. That tan theta equals to the mu, where I told the mu is nothing but the roughness of the surface, right?
Right.
Yeah, we can get the mu from the same formula. Both angle of friction and angle of repose are the same. There you can find that mu as tan theta. Okay.
Okay.
So it is tending to slide, means as I told before, it is nothing but the maximum friction it can have, right? Tending to slide means Means if you put that mu in that, directly you will get the Fs maximum. Okay.
Okay.
So understood what is this angle of repose?
Yeah.
No. After knowing what is the angle of repose, now we will calculate what we are not applying any force to this block, right?
Right.
But it is moving. So why it is moving? Because of the gravitational component. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see how this gravitational component acts in this. Let us suppose this is the angle of repose, means at which the body tends to slide. Okay.
Okay.
The block of mass m. Now tell me, where will be the mass mg? Mg always it is downwards,
Like,
right?
yeah, it's downwards.
It's always in y-axis. Okay, this is the mg we have, correct?
Right.
So here the only thing that we need to do is, in previous cases we are finding like this in x-axis and y-axis, like this, correct? Components. Now what
Yeah.
we are doing is, just we have to rotate this one and we have to take this as x-axis, perpendicular to that as y-axis. Okay, means we have to find the components along the surface.
Okay.
We have to find the components along the surface. That previously also we are doing the same thing. Previously the
Yeah.
surface is a straight line. That's why we are finding components over here. Now the surface is inclined. We have to find the components along the surface and perpendicular to the surface. Okay.
Okay.
Now we will find this. So if it is theta, this is the downward mg, right?
Right.
If downwards, this is the resultant, then where will be the two components? One will be like this
Yeah, the one
and
will be on
one
the
will
right.
be like this, right?
Right.
So one component is over here, one component is just perpendicular to this, right?
Right.
This is the perpendicular component, this is the parallel component. That is, instead of parallel, we can say along the surface and perpendicular to the surface. Okay.
Okay.
Now, where is the normal?
A normal will be perpendicular to the surface.
So this is the surface. So this is the
Yeah.
normal, perpendicular to the surface. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have to calculate what will be this and this. So just make it this one, a right angle triangle, right? If this
Right.
is theta, this becomes 90 minus theta.
Right.
So if this is 90 minus theta, this total is 90, okay? Because it is perpendicular to the surface, right?
Yeah. Right.
So then this becomes theta. So what is
Yeah.
this component? It is just adjacent to this theta, right?
Yeah.
Then it
So
becomes
F
mg,
mg.
mg component,
Oh yeah.
mg cos
Yeah.
theta, right?
Yeah.
If one component is mg cos theta, obviously the perpendicular component will be mg sin
mg sin 9.
sin theta.
Okay. Okay. So then what
Here,
about the 90 minus theta?
this is theta. Remember this.
Yeah.
So when you see, where is this?
Oh, okay,
This
okay,
total
okay.
is
So
90, correct?
yeah, yeah.
If total is 90, this one 90 minus theta, so this one obviously will be 9 theta, correct?
Right.
So that's why
Yeah.
this is theta. Adjacent to this mg cos theta which is another one
And
that will be
again,
obviously
yeah,
mg sin theta.
mg
So
sin
this is
theta.
mg sin theta, mg cos theta. Clear?
Yeah.
So this is the components of mg. And are there any components that we have to do? So if the body is sliding downwards, where will be the frictional force?
Upwards, right?
Upwards, because always the frictional force opposes the relative motion, correct?
Right.
A relative motion in the sense, if the body is sliding downwards, the friction force will be up. Same thing like this, Fs. Now we have all the forces. There is no applied force over here. Just we are just increasing it. We are not applying any other force. If you are applying, just we will just see in which direction it is. We will make the component and sum it depending upon the direction. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see this. So now for this Fs. Now tell me the components along perpendicular to surface, because we need the normal force first, correct?
Yeah.
So first we divide it into all components, so it's done. Second step is finding the normal force. Normal force you can find by just writing the equation along perpendicular to the surface.
Right.
Now perpendicular to the surface, what are the forces are there?
Normal force and mg cos theta, right?
Yeah, normal force and mg cos theta. So n equals
So
to,
normal minus, yeah, mg cos theta.
so mg cos theta. Okay.
Okay.
So from this we can tell the normal force is mg cos theta directly. Okay.
Okay.
Now what is Fs? Fs is that mu n, which is equals to mu into mg cos theta. Correct?
Yeah.
Calculating by the formula. Right?
Yeah.
If for this theta to be angle of repose, the opposite forces should be equal, because the body is at equilibrium, tending to move. Correct?
So can you repeat what did you say?
When the body is tending to move, then the
Right.
opposite forces are equal. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Means Fs should be equals to mg sin theta, right?
Yeah.
So now what is Fs? We have mu mg cos theta equal to mg sin theta, right?
Yeah.
So we have from this also mu equals to sin theta by cos theta, which is equals to tan theta.
Okay.
So that's why the mu is equals to the tan theta. Directly we studied previously. This is the actual derivation, how it came. Okay.
Okay.
Means like whenever they give an inclination, first you have to see where they have given this theta. Okay.
Okay.
First you have to see
So
the
will this
theta.
derivation come?
Yeah, derivation comes.
Okay.
So first you have to take this theta. Now we're doing how to solve the problems. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Because for every problem we can't be doing this theta 90 minus theta, then dividing components mg cos theta, mg sin theta.
Right.
It's all the standard format, right? So first
Right.
see where they have given the theta. Okay.
Okay.
Just see whether is it inclined to the same. So just adjacent to it becomes ng sin theta always. If this is theta, the inclination always becomes mg sin theta component. Okay.
Okay.
And the other one, this becomes mg cos theta always. For this
Okay.
condition to be true, you have to check the theta is given over here. You have to see this. Okay. This mg
Okay.
sin theta, mg cos theta works only when the theta is at the inclination. Okay.
Okay.
No. For these conditions, just you have to tell whether the body moves or not, or what is the maximum force that it has to give. You have to pull or something. This is 37 degree. A block of mass M is kept where mu equals to, let us suppose as 1. Mu is given as 1. A body of block mass M of 10 kg is kept over here. Now you have to tell whether the body slides or not.
Okay. Uh,
So before that, we have this mu equals to tan theta, right?
right.
That is sine theta by cos theta. Is it depending upon mass?
No.
No. It is not depending upon anything. It is only depending upon the theta. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever the mass it may be, it doesn't matter. Just you have to check for the theta directly. Okay.
Okay.
So from this, we can tell that. So this is called the angle of repose, right?
Right.
Means if there is any theta which is less than angle of repose, the body remains stationary.
Mm.
If this theta is greater than or equal to angle of repose, it tends to move and it's in motion. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So just indirectly you can check with the theta directly, you can tell whether the body will move or not, or whether it will slide or not. Okay.
Okay.
So here we will proceed. We can do that. We will find the frictional force, Fs,
Yeah. 4 by
as
3.
mg sine theta. This is Fs, right? This is the mg sine 37 component.
Sin theta. Yeah.
Mg cos 37, the normal force. Then what I will do, Fs equals to mg sine theta, I will calculate.
Hmm.
So first I will calculate what is the Fs
So
and
you
what
get
is
it as
mg sine theta.
tan theta would be 4 by 3, right?
Yeah, tan theta is 4 by 3.
4 by 3.
Hmm.
So Fs would be 4 by 3 Newton.
No, tan theta is 3 by 4.
So it's 4. Oh, 3 by 4, right. No. So isn't it 4 by 3?
This is 37 degrees, right?
Right.
The side opposite to 37
Oh,
degrees
okay.
will
Yeah,
be 3,
yeah.
4. And the other one
So
is
your
5.
voice is breaking.
Yeah, now let's see. Okay, first calculate what will be this.
Hmm. So that'll be 3 by 4 Newton, right?
What is Fs you got?
3 by 4 Newton. 1 into
100
3 by
into,
4, right?
it is mg. Where is mg gone?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So 60,
60 for mg sine 37.
right?
So here we got 60 Newton. What is Fs? That is mu into mg cos theta.
Yeah, so it's 80 Newton.
It is 80. So will the body move? Will the body slide?
Yes.
Why?
Because isn't it more than...
This is the frictional force. This is 60 Newton is the force that is applied, right?
Oh, okay.
Frictional force is more.
Right. Okay, so
So it
body, it
won't move.
won't move.
It won't move.
Okay.
So we did so many of calculations, right?
Yeah.
Without doing calculations, we can tell. Just by one step, not even doing the whole things. So what is the value for mu?
1.
So mu is nothing but tan theta, right?
Right.
Means theta is 45.
Right.
This is the angle of repose, correct?
Yeah.
So as we discussed, if angle is less than angle of repose, the body remains stationary. 45, 37.
Right.
37 is less than
Oh,
45, so the
okay.
body won't move
Yeah.
directly.
Okay. Okay.
By just seeing this theta, we can tell. Okay.
Okay.
Maximum cases they will give mu as 1, mu as root 3. Root 3 it can't be, it will be give 1 by root 3.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the way for calculating the inclined planes. First step
Okay.
is the most important thing is dividing the components along the surface and perpendicular to the surface. That's it. Then after that, it's same as addition and subtraction of the forces, right?
Right.
So no. So this is the diagram. Wherever the theta is, you have to take along this as sine theta, opposite as cos theta. Okay.
Okay.
This is a right angle triangle. Here we have 37-degree, a block of mass m. Same thing, mu is 1. Just they gave this. Will the body move of mass m? Will the body slide?
So it'll move, right?
Why?
Wait, sir, I have a question. Like, where will the normal be? The normal will be perpendicular to the surface, right?
Always normal is perpendicular to the surface.
Right. So the angle between it is 90-degree, right? So it'll move, right?
Angle between what?
Oh, I have to divide. Okay. No, wait. Yeah, I have to divide it. So that's it.
Tell me the first step that you are doing.
We have to divide it into the components. So if
Okay.
this will be resultant, the 37-degree thing will be resultant, and the other one would be sine theta and cos theta.
So in that theta, what you will take?
37, right?
So you'll be telling that this as mg sine 37.
Yeah.
This one will
And
be mg cos 37, right? This one is the right?
Yeah, so that's what. But so, like, won't mg be like the other way?
mg is over here.
No. I understand. Sorry, I mean mg cos 37. Won't that be like perpendicular to the point where 37 is placed?
Oh, yeah. You are seeing this 37. That's why I told you to correlate between the previous question. Here they give 37 over here, right? But we studied theta as at the bottom types, not at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Always you have to take the angle at the bottom. Don't take upwards.
Okay.
If you take upwards, you have to derive again. It's not needed. Just so This is 37, this is 90. What will be this angle?
53, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Now you know the angle
Oh.
53. No use of this 37.
Right.
Now you know directly you can write this as mg sine 53, not sine
53.
37. This is
Yeah.
mg cos 53. That's what I'm telling. You have to take only the angle of inclination. That
Below.
is, angle of inclination always measured from the bottom itself. It is not measured from the top.
Okay.
Always you have to take angle over here. Then it comes as mg sine 37, mg sine 53, mg cos 53, and normal force and frictional force. Okay.
Okay.
Now if the mass is 10, what is the friction force we got?
Frictional force. So that'll be mg. Wait, so I don't understand. Frictional force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be so won't that be like the negative? Oh,
No, we have taken the
no,
directions
sorry.
directly. Don't take the negative ones.
Okay. Okay. So that'll be mg cos 53, right? Into mu.
Into mu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is cos 53?
Cos 53. So is it 3/5?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's the same triangle, right? 37, 53, 90.
Yeah. So okay. So what is mu equal to?
Mu equals to 1.
Oh, 1. Okay. So 60, right? 60 Newton.
60 Newton is the frictional force, correct?
Yeah.
Now, but the body will slide. Otherwise, directly just
Yeah,
calculate.
sir.
What is mg sine 53?
Sine 53. So 80 Newton.
80 Newton. Since the downward force is more, it will
It'll
slide,
slide.
right?
Yeah.
So, which is equals to 80 Newton, correct?
Yeah.
Now, if I apply an external force for the same question, see, I am applying
Okay.
an external force over here of 50 Newton. Okay. Then what is the acceleration?
So we calculate the net force, right? And then
Yeah, we
equate
have to
it to.
calculate the net force along the motion, right?
Yeah.
Now, what are the forces along the motion? That is along the surface.
Yeah. So I'll be frictional force plus
Okay,
force
frictional
applied.
force. Yeah. First, draw the forces.
Okay.
So, where will be the frictional force?
So can you just give me one?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. My dogs are going crazy.
What's the name of it?
Oh, I have two, Abby and Suki.
Oh, okay, nice. So, first, tell me
So
what is the
60
direction
Newton
of
would be
force?
downward. 60
60
Newton would be
Newton
downward.
because the body is moving upwards, right? That's why
Yeah.
the friction downwards. Now that those are the all forces in y-axis, just we'll calculate the net force. F net equals to ma formula. Now it is along the surface, right?
Right.
Now just tell me the equation, then we can calculate.
Sir, is it 50, right? So is it 50 plus, I mean 50 minus 140 Newton?
50 minus
140 Newton.
okay, 50 minus 140, because we will write in one thing. 50 up, we are taking upwards as positive, that's why plus
Yeah.
50, downwards as negative, minus 80,
So
minus
50
60.
plus. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we will do it. Minus 80 minus 60 is equals to mass of the body, that is turned into acceleration. Then
So
50
then we and
minus
then we divide
140
that by
equals to
10.
10a. 10a equals to minus 90. A is equals to minus 9 meters per second.
Yeah.
So we are getting the acceleration as
9 meter per second.
9 meters per second square. Okay.
Okay.
Now in the same thing, okay, first. Now we are dealing with the tension in the strings. That is called the tension. Okay.
Okay.
Tension in a string. We are dealing only with strings. We don't have springs in the syllabus. We have
Okay.
strings. Springs also, it's easy itself. But if it's not there, it's just waste of time discussing that. We'll do one question on spring also, just to know what is the
Okay.
concept of that. That's it. So now we have to know what is the tension in a string. String means it is nothing but a rope. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a normal rope we have. And in physics, we are considering the string as a massless. Then only we can apply the physics concepts. Otherwise, it becomes very complicated. Okay. In the whole
Okay.
questions, we are considering the string as a massless string. Okay.
Okay.
So why you are considering this massless string? What happens when the string has mass? When the string is considered to be a mass string, what happens over here is when there is it's a string of massless. Okay.
Okay.
If there is a tension, means you are pulling the force. You are pulling the rope. Okay, with some force F. Okay.
Okay.
Then wherever you measure at any point on the rope, force is nothing but a tension. Remember that one. Force is nothing but a tension. Okay.
Okay.
Wherever you measure the tension, it will always be the same. Okay.
Okay.
If you consider this as a massless.
Okay.
If you consider this as a mass string, mass means it has some mass. Let's suppose you are applying that force F over here. There is nothing but the tension I told, right? If it has
Right.
mass, then the tension won't be same. Here, let us suppose this is F. Just at the point, here it will be F1, here it will be F2, here it will be F3. Okay.
Okay.
Means the
Okay.
force at force changes at each and every point. Okay.
Okay.
If it has mass, the force changes at each and every point. Then they will give how the force changes with some equation that F equals to 2x. Means if it is measuring x from over here, when you go one distance, the force will be 2f. When you go two distance, the force will be 4f. Like that means the force is changing. Okay.
Okay.
When it has mass, the force is a variable throughout the string. When the string is massless, the force is constant. Okay, constant means it is same all over the string. We are considering a massless string. Okay, means whatever the force at one end, the same thing will be at the middle, the same thing will be at the end also, at the other end also. Okay,
Okay.
that's why you are considering a massless string. So now, if I am applying a force F over here, okay, now we are considering it as a massless string. This is a single straight line. If I am applying a force F, just I am taking as in a tension as T. Okay,
Okay.
let us suppose I am applying a force F as F external because I am applying it over here. Okay, now
Okay.
if I have to measure the tension in the string, as I told before, at all places the tension
The
will be same.
tension. Okay. Yeah.
Correct, and here the tension
Yeah.
is equal to the, what is the tension is nothing but the force I told.
Right.
Here the force it is F external, means wherever you
Mm.
see the force will be
It'll
F
be
external, F external itself. Okay,
okay. Okay.
let's suppose it is, as an example, you have taken 60 Newton. Here also the tension is 60 Newton. Here also the tension is 60 Newton. Wherever you take in a string, the tension is 60 Newton itself. Okay,
Okay.
this is the first concept when compared to massless. And the second thing is tension force. Remember this one. Tension force is always away from the body. Okay, or in the
Okay.
sense always away from the point of contact. This is the most important thing because this tells about the direction. Correct, tension
Right.
is a force is a vector quantity. In vector quantity, direction is as important as magnitude. So it tells about the direction. That's why the second point is the most important one. Tension in force is always away from the body or always away from the point of contact. Okay, now
Okay.
by saying this, what is the main theme of this is, if I want to calculate what is the tension on this surface, okay,
Yeah.
over here, so it is, this is the body, that is the point of contact. So I have to take away
Yeah.
from the body, means in this direction I have to take over here the tension T.
Okay.
Okay, away
Okay.
from the body, like this tension T. Okay, tension over here is T1, T2, T3. Okay, now F external is applied, it is applied over here. Now tell me the directions. So that's it for T1, T2, and T3.
Okay. Uh, so T1 will be in the direction of F external.
Hmm.
Even T3 will be in the direction of F external. I'm not sure
Hmm.
about T2 though.
T2. T2 is over here, right? This is the point of contact.
Right. Yeah. So
Always
will
away
it be
from the
opposite?
point of contact. Yes.
Okay.
Always away from the point of contact. That is the main meaning of this. Okay. Wherever there
Okay.
is, just see the surface and take the tension away from the contact. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. No. As I told before, force is nothing, tension is nothing but a force. Correct?
Force. Yeah.
If the body is there is a frictionless surface. It is a frictionless surface. Okay.
Okay.
I am applying a external force of 40 Newton. Then what will be the tension in the string?
So 40 Newton, right?
What?
40 Newton, right?
Yeah, because it is frictionless. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
Frictionless means there is no opposition force. Whatever the force it will, the body will move
Right.
as it is.
Oh, so if friction is there, you have to subtract the
If
frictional
friction
force
is
from it.
there, we have to subtract. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. There is no
Okay.
friction. It will move as it is. If 40 is Newton, here also will be 40 Newton itself. Okay.
Okay.
Now what happens when
Okay.
there is a friction? Let us suppose friction means the mass 10, the mu 0.3. Then what is the tension in T3?
So F external minus Fs, right? So
F
40 Newton
external
minus Fs,
minus Fs
right?
should be equal to mass of the body into acceleration. Correct?
Right.
Now we can calculate acceleration from this. We can calculate Fs since there is mg as it is. So n will go like this, right?
Yeah.
F external is 40 minus. Okay, we'll calculate. We will get as 100 mu n 30 equals 10. So A
Yeah.
will get as 1 meter per second. Okay.
1 meter per second square. Yeah.
So it moves with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. Okay.
Okay.
So a body of mass 10 kg at an angle of 53. What should be the value of F such that the body remains stationary? Our body remains at equilibrium.
So is is F 0?
Yeah, in this it is a frictionless surface. No,
No,
they
no.
have given
Is
me. Okay,
F like
first
the
check
force applied to 0?
what is the value of F. We have to calculate the value of F.
Okay.
First calculate it for frictionless surface, then we will calculate it for along with the friction.
Okay.
Frictionless surface. So first, as I told before, first you have to take it into components. So what is the
Right.
force that you have into components? You have to take over here. Okay, if this is F, here also is the F, correct? Because it's the
Right.
same
Yeah.
string, the force is same or the tension is the
Hmm.
same, and the direction is always opposite to the away from the body, right?
Yeah.
Away from the point of contact. So that's why this is the direction. So the direction is correct.
Yeah.
Now, what are the forces acting on it?
Acting on what, sir? The body?
Acting on the body. Yeah, acting on the body.
Sir, weight and normal force.
So weight, that is like this. This is mg, right?
Yeah.
If this is mg, along the surface we have mg sine theta.
Theta. Yeah. And mg cos theta.
Mg cos theta. Here we are, since
And
it's a frictionless surface, no need of this normal
yeah.
force,
Okay.
right? If you
Yeah.
take normal force also, here normal force comes equal to the cos 57, but it is useless. Since it is frictionless, no need of this y component. You can get work done with only x along the surface components. Okay.
Okay.
So now what should be the value of F such that the body remains at equilibrium? Equilibrium means the body should not move, correct?
Yeah.
When the body is at equilibrium, opposite forces are equal, correct?
Right.
So what are the forces opposite to each other? Here we have
F and mg sine 53.
F1, mg sine. These are the opposite forces. They should be equal. That's it.
Yeah.
So F should be equals to mg sine 53. Okay.
Okay.
Then we can calculate. This is for frictionless surface, correct?
Right.
Now, when you have friction with a value mu of 0.3, then what is the force value such that the body should not slide?
So what? What did you say? Your
What is
voice
the,
is breaking. So
yeah, same question. What is the value of F when the body remains at equilibrium, when the coefficient of friction is 0.3?
okay. So sir, we have to calculate normal force rate.
Yeah, because for the frictional force we need, here the normal force is always mg cos 53. So what is the frictional force? Mu mg cos 53. That is mu n, right?
Yeah.
So mu they gave us 0.3, mg 100, cos 53. How much?
Right.
Calculate.
So 18 Newton.
How much?
18 Newton.
18 Newton. Okay.
Okay.
Now this friction force. Now the question arises. In which direction you have to keep this friction force, whether upwards or downwards?
So it's downwards, right?
So you are telling
Is
it's
it because is it
downwards.
force acting the other way?
Tell me
Yeah.
what is, so here the body is at stationary, correct?
Right. Yeah.
When the body is at stationary, the friction force will be upwards.
Oh, yes, yes.
Otherwise, just
Yeah. Move.
so what is over here is before it moving sliding downwards. In which direction we have this friction force?
So I don't understand.
No, in stationary position,
Right.
where will be the frictional force?
Upward, right, sir?
Yeah, this is mg sin theta is pulling downwards, but due to the frictional
Yeah.
force,
So
it is not
yeah.
coming down. Means frictional force will be upwards.
Right.
So understand this because this is important. This due to this mg sine theta component, it wants to slide down, correct?
Right.
But it is not sliding down. Means there is some frictional force acting opposite to it, right? That's why it is not sliding down.
Yeah.
Means frictional force
Okay.
is upwards,
Upwards.
stationary.
Okay.
Here also the body is at stationary. Equilibrium means stationary, right?
Yeah. Oh, so
So
frictional
when you
force will
increase
act
it,
up.
frictional force will act upwards. When the body
Upwards.
moves, when the body is moving upwards, then you have to take the friction force in
As
downward direction.
downwards.
Okay. Since it is in stationary, you have to take the friction force same as the stationary position, that is upwards.
Okay.
Here also upwards. So this is the frictional force, Fs. Understood the direction of this friction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then it's just after drawing the direction, it's just normal calculating, adding the forces. That's it. Now tell the
Okay.
equation along the surface.
So it'll be frictional force plus, I mean, minus mg sine 53, right?
Tell
Should be
me
equal
what
to
are the
0.
forces first. There is mg sine theta.
Yeah.
There is frictional force. There is this force also, right? F external.
Oh,
We
yeah,
forgot
yeah,
that.
yes, yes. Yeah.
Means F.
So
Okay.
F
F
external plus frictional force minus mg sine 53.
minus mg sine 53 is
50.
equals to
0.
0 because it is at equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
when they gave at equilibrium, directly we can equate the forces, opposite forces, the same thing. Equilibrium means upward forces equal to downward forces. Upward forces are F external plus Fs, frictional force. Downward forces are mg sine theta, that is mg sine 53. Now from here we get directly F external as mg sine 53 minus frictional force. Okay. This is the
Okay.
force that we have to apply such that the
Right.
body should be at equilibrium. Okay.
Okay.
When the
Okay.
friction is 0.3.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
See, when it is frictionless, we have to apply more force. When it has friction, we have to
You
apply
have
less
to
force because
less
there is
force.
frictional force is there. That's why there is minus Fs, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the calculation of frictions in inclined planes along with the pulleys and all. Okay.
Okay.
First, this is a string 1, this is string 2. Two strings, okay.
Okay.
You are applying an external force of 40 Newton, okay.
Okay.
This is of mass 2 kg, this is of mass 3 kg, okay.
Okay.
First they will ask, what is the acceleration of the system? First question.
Okay.
Second question, what is the tension? What are the tensions in T1 and T2? T1 means tension in string 1, T2 means tension in string 2. It is a frictionless surface. How to find the acceleration of a system? So whenever the two or any number of bodies, if it is connected with the strings, okay, consider
Okay.
here we have F net equals to MA, right?
Right.
So consider this M as the total mass of the system directly. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And F net here is only the external force for the total system, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So F net equals to ma. So now calculate what you get. 40 is equals to, what is the mass now? 5.
5.
So we got the acceleration as 8 meters
8
per
meter
second
per
square.
second square.
This is the acceleration. Okay, this is the
Right.
first question. Now how to calculate the second question? What is the tension in the string 1 and tension in string 2? As we know, this tension in string 2, it is same as F external because it is connected directly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tension in T2 is
32,
40 Newton.
40.
Now what about this T1? How to calculate T1?
So I
Tension
don't
is
know.
somewhere over here. This is the tension in string 1, somewhere over here, right?
Right. Yeah.
So as I told before, tension is nothing but the force, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I am using this acceleration for finding this tension in T1. Let's see how.
Okay.
What is the acceleration over here? 8 meters per second square,
So
right?
8. Right. Yeah.
So acceleration is 8. So now this one, F equals to ma. Means I want F for at this point, right?
Yeah.
This point is pulling how many bodies? Here there is only one body, 2 kg.
Yeah.
So like this one, right? This
Yeah.
T1 is pulling all the bodies which is in left side. Here the left side there is
Right.
only one body, that is 2 kg. It means the mass over here is 2 kg. Okay.
Oh. Also for each string, so we have to like take all the bodies which it's pulling.
Yeah. If it is 2
Okay.
bodies over here.
Yeah.
Okay. First do this, then we will consider. We will take extra body.
Okay.
So here we have F equals to ma. So here the F is nothing but I have to find what is the tension, correct?
Yeah. So it's, yeah.
T1.
So it's 2 into 8.
8.
So 16.
16 means the tension in the string 1 is
16 Newton.
Newton. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's add another body to this for the same question. A body of mass 5 kg, third string. Okay.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we have to find acceleration of the total system.
Okay.
Now we have to find what is T1, T2, and T3. First, acceleration of the system. Acceleration of the system is directly nothing but F net upon total mass, correct? Or the net mass.
Yeah. So 4 meter course. Yeah.
So we got 40 by 10, we get as 4 meter per
4
second
meters.
square. Now what is the tension in second one? Directly we can tell as,
So second string, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be 40 Newton.
That
Yeah,
will be
40
directly as 40 Newton. What is the tension in first string?
Oh.
So as I told before, you have to consider the total bodies.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Here it is T1. So F equals to ma, that is T1. Now the mass is the total, 7.
yeah, 7 into 4, so 28 Newton.
5 plus 2 into 4. So directly we got as
22 Newton.
28. Huh?
Yeah.
It is 4, right?
Yeah.
7 4s are 28 Newton. Next, T3. What is the tension in the string? 3 means
20 Newton. Yeah.
That is directly. You have got 5 into 4. That is 20 Newton. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the way for finding this. Okay.
Okay.
Just you have to, when it is placing side by side, or when you have bodies on top of it also. and the friction is very more. If you are pulling over here, you have to take the whole body as one single mass. Then you have to just calculate
Okay.
the acceleration.
Okay.
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 The condition for this is the friction between the blocks is high such that the blocks won't slide. That is the condition. Otherwise, we have the different concept over here, finding the friction and all. So whenever they're asking acceleration and things, given the condition that the bodies are not sliding. Okay.
Okay.
When the bodies are kept one on the above. When the bodies are not sliding, then you have to take the total body as one single system. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just as a last question for this. If the bodies are placed like this, force, the mass of this is same thing, 5 kg, 3 kg, 2 kg. The force is 40 Newton. What is the acceleration of 5 kg block? Acceleration of 3 kg block? Acceleration of 2 kg block?
For each separately?
Yeah, bodies are not sliding. This is the question. You have to calculate what is the acceleration of 5 kg, acceleration of 3 kg, acceleration of 2 kg.
Okay.
Acceleration of a system first.
So for the system will be 4 meter per second square.
Okay.
For the 5 kg one, it will be 8 meter per second square.
Next, for 3 kg,
That'll be 40 by 3 meter per second square.
for 2,
And the other, that'll be 20 meter per second square.
okay. What I told, bodies are not sliding, right?
Right.
Means bodies are moving along with each other.
Right.
Bodies are not sliding. Remember, see this.
Oh, so it'll
Bodies
be
are
the
not
same
sliding.
acceleration. Okay. Okay.
Whatever the acceleration system, all have the same
Okay.
acceleration.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There is a difference between this configuration and this configuration. Here also the acceleration is same for all. That's why you are calculating A as 4 and 4 and 4. See, acceleration is same because they are connected with the strings.
Right.
See here, when they are connected to strings, as I told, you have to take any number of bodies as one single system. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and the acceleration will be same for any body at any particular time. Okay,
Okay.
same thing here also. All are not moving, so acceleration of all the bodies is equal to the
Is 4.
acceleration of the system itself. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sit. This is the normal friction force on the. Okay.
Okay.
I think we have this constraint motion that we can study in this work power also, but here
Okay.
they have given only with one pulley this time. We have to study only with one pulley.
Okay.
Just I will tell how the questions will be. But suppose there is a pulley over here. There are two blocks, 3 kg block, 5 kg block. We had to calculate what is the acceleration of 5 kg block, what is the acceleration of 3 kg block. And that's it, we have to find.
Okay. So it's the same string, right?
It's the same string.
So what is the force applied?
Why? They are just freely, there is no external force over here.
Then, like, how do we calculate it? Oh,
This
okay,
is a
wait,
pulley.
wait. So, do you take force? Do you equate it to 0? M into A. Do you equate it to 0?
first tell me what are the forces acting over here?
Tension, right?
Tension. You are forgetting one thing. What about the weight of this?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
That's it. When you know, after drawing this one, so this is the tension T. Here also the same tension because the same string.
Right.
One
Yeah.
second. It is away from the system like this. Correct? T.
Yeah.
This is also away from the system. T. Okay.
Okay.
Here we have 50. Here we have 30.
30.
Right?
Right.
So now what we are considering. So just tell me one. Here it is 3 kg. Here it is 5 kg. Which block
Right.
will move down?
5 kg,
With
right?
5 kg will be moving down. Correct?
Right.
If 5 kg is moving down, 3 kg will go up
Move up. Yeah.
with same acceleration because it is connected
Yeah.
to one string. As I told before, it's
String.
connected to one string. They both move at
Right.
same acceleration. Right?
Yeah.
Now we will just write the equations separately. For first body, tell me the equations. It is going upwards. So T is greater. T minus 30. Right?
Should be, yeah.
Should be equals to mass of
3
the body,
into,
that is 30.
yeah.
Wait, it is
No, so 3
3
into acceleration. Yeah.
ma, 3 into
Yeah.
acceleration. Next,
Yeah.
for the second one,
T minus
50
50.
minus T, because
So
50 is
how
going
would,
downwards. Acceleration is
oh,
downwards, 50 is
50
more,
okay. Yeah. Right.
right?
Yeah.
50 minus T is mass of the body into acceleration,
Acceleration.
right?
Yeah.
Now just you have to solve this. If you add,
Okay.
cancels, 20 equals to 8A, A equals to 8 by 20, which is equals to 2 by 5 meters per second square. That's it.
Okay.
How you got? Tell me.
Huh?
Yeah, just explain how we got it.
Oh, so first we draw all the forces acting on the body, and the tension will be same.
Because it is a same string.
Calculate, and then we write the, I mean, since it's in, so we write as tension minus 30, the weight of the body. We equate that to mass into acceleration. So we do that for each respective body and then equate it together to get
Yeah.
acceleration is equal to 20 by 8.
So what you are doing over here,
We're equating it, right?
we are not equating it.
Is it equating it, right? It's the same tension, right?
So T equal, okay, you are just means here this is the solving the equations. Okay, here we are
Yeah.
adding them.
Oh,
Here we are not equating. If you equate also, you'll get the same answer, but it's a lengthy
yeah,
procedure. See here,
okay.
there are 4 methods of solving a 2 equations. Okay, first is direct
Okay.
substitution. Okay,
Okay.
now this is first equation, second equation, right? Now I'm adding the 2 equations. T minus
Okay.
30 equals to 3A, first equation. Second equation, I can write it as minus T plus 50 equals to 5A, the same thing, right?
Right.
Now, if I add these 2 equations, 1 plus 2, T and T gets cancels because T minus T is 0, correct?
Right.
Minus
And that'll
30
be
plus
20.
50 plus 20 equals to
8A.
this addition, right?
Yeah.
8A.
Yeah.
We got A as 8 by 20,
8.
which is equals to 2 by 2.
So 20 by 8.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, here we have 20 by 8.
Yeah.
which is equals to 5 by 2 meters per second square. That is 2.5. See, this is the solving of equations. You are not substituting it, remember. If you
Okay.
substitute, it becomes very lengthy. The same thing we will do in max also. Okay.
Okay.
Doing in max and doing in matrices, in anything, it is called solving of equations by directly adding, subtracting one equation from the another equation. Okay.
Okay.
You have to do by this method. Otherwise, it takes a long time. If there are 3 to 4 equations, we can't do substitutions in all of them, right?
Right.
We will do directly by adding, subtracting. We will do this one, solving of
Okay.
equations. Okay, we will proceed by this method. If this is the maximum case, you will find the same configuration, the same
Okay.
equations. If you add it, always this t and t gets cancelled. Always.
Okay.
That's why you are adding. We are going by this method. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then that's it. We'll practice this type of questions. That's not an issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.